This week on Run Junkie, we're broadcasting from our remote studio in San Antonio at the JW Marriott to bring you the NCAA President.
Also, Olympic Trials Countdown.
The Bowerman Awards Live.
And Sweet Sweet Candy Christmas.
All on this week's episode of
Run Junkie.
This past weekend, Kevin Selby was out at the Foot Locker National Champions to help us answer the question, who's the best in the nation?
We finally got to see everything we wanted. It was elbows over each corner, boots him, Edward Cheswick, but in the end, Cheswick takes the title.
And the introer to our show today, Molly Siddell, was the women's champion. And now I'm wondering, where are these kids going to go to college and who are they going to impact the most next year?
Well, Molly Siddell did commit to Notre Dame, Piccarello is going to Villanova, and Abby Leonardi is going to be a Duck. And on the men's side, only one we really know, Tony Schmorgowitz, he's going to be a Wolverine up in Ann Arbor.
Looking forward to that stuff. And we also found out this past weekend at Foot Locker who is the #1 Run Junkie fan.
I love it. They're so funny. I love watching it. It's great.
We also found out the age-old question, who's funnier, Ryan or Alex?
I don't know, I think Alex is pretty funny.
Yeah, but she also picked me for something too.
Who would you rather have as your dad?
As my dad?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I don't know, maybe Ryan. He seems like more the fatherly type.
So I'm the funny one and you're the father figure. Congratulations.
Oh, you're just jealous, Alex. But in NCAA news, we saw Diego Estrada run wire to wire, 13:39, and hit the automatic qualifying mark for NCAAs.
And now the question is, what is he going to do till March?
Well, now he's just going to relax and enjoy the holidays.
Yeah, this Christmas break sponsored by Twizzlers.
Häagen-Dazs.
Speculoos.
Oh, I love spreads. And sauces, barbecue, honey mustard, sweet and sour.
What are we talking about?
This indoor season, we have a sick schedule, and we will be live at some of the best meets in the country, the FloTrack Husky Classic in February, and also the fastest high school meet in the country, the Brooks PR Invite.
If you want your event featured on FloTrack, contact us at runjunkie@flotrack.org.
So let's get to why we're here in San Antonio. Well, we're at the USTF CCCA annual convention where all coaches from all over the country come in for meetings, for voting, for educational symposiums.
Yeah, the biggest news of the week so far this morning, NCAA President Emmert addressed the coaches and some of the issues affecting track and field.
Yeah, he actually said thank you to the coaches for all the work they do and acknowledged that track and field coaches impact more student athletes than any other coaches in the country.
Yeah, he started getting all Charles Dickens on us. He said it's the best of times, but it's also the worst of times for NCAA sports.
Yes, best of times in the reality that the GPAs, the graduation rates, participation is all up, but worst of times in the perception, in the media, and in the news with all the bad stuff surrounding NCAA football and NCAA basketball.
Yeah, it was also interesting to hear his actual take on how silly some of the rules are in the book right now.
Our rules include things that are silly, some that are unenforceable, some that are self-contradictory.
Emmert also said that the NCAA rule manual will be shrinking quite a bit as they're going to start focusing more on behavioral outcomes and integrity issues, and not so much on whether or not a coach can text an athlete to see if their flight has been delayed.
Yeah, we caught up with a couple coaches, see what they thought about the president's message.
I thought it was really good. I think it's really encouraging to have the head of the NCAA take the time to come out and have a conversation with coaches.
I think Mr. Emmert is a great leader for our organization.
He sounds like he's pretty committed to changing and making things simple. And for us as coaches, that's the way we coach all the time. So I'm excited about it.
For our sport, we need great leadership, and I think it was great to have him here and hear his opinions and his knowledge on what we're doing.
Now, the biggest reason we're here and dressed in college shirts this week is because of the Bowerman Awards, which will be streamed live tonight on FloTrack.
We're here to award the top track and field athlete from the 2011 season.
And I'm a little bit heartbroken that there's no distance runners this year.
We'll get through this together, Ryan, but while we're processing this, we're going to ask a couple of the coaches around who they think is going to win the award.
My son went with us to the U.S. Championships last year. He's a big track and field fan. You know, if he had to vote, he would say Joshua Anderson.
I'm going to get a nod to Christian Taylor.
On the men's side, I have to go with Makusha.
Let's go with Washington State, Joshua Anderson. Yeah, let's do it. Let's give a shout out for him. Yeah, that's the hardest event out there, other than the distance races.
I think on the women's side, I think Jessica Beard.
And Jessica Beard from Texas A&M.
I'll go with Jessica Beard.
So tune in live at 6 p.m. for the FloTrack Red Carpet Show right here at the JW Marriott, and then at 7, we'll be live with the Bowerman presentation.
Now moving on into pro news, Jerry's group grabbed their bathing suits and their running shoes, and they showed up at the Miami Beach Half Marathon.
This is me swimming, but that's not that impressive. Shalane Flanagan was impressive though, winning the women's race in a 1:09:58, the fastest half marathon for any U.S. women this year. She looks good for Houston.
Now 3 minutes back of Shalane was her new teammate, Kara Goucher, just barely breaking 1:13, which is about 6 minutes off her PR. She's got a little tuning up to do before Houston, but on the men's side, Mr. Simon Byru, the Canadian, took the men's title.
Yes, and with that being said, Alex, talking about this marathon, half marathon, that's brings us to our countdown to Houston, and I think we're going to send it live via satellite to the Godfather, Mark FLOREANI, up in Austin.
Thanks, guys. I'm back here in HQ with my main man, Ray, who's behind the camera, and I don't know why I'm holding this mic, but we're getting super pumped about the Olympic trials. It's in 1 month away. I can't believe our first Olympic trials is only a month away. Last week, me and Ray, we headed up to Michigan to film what many people are calling the favorite in the women's field, Desi Davila. These fields are so stacked though, it's anybody's race. On the women's side, we have Shalane, Kara, Dina, Magda, all battling what some people have called the favorite Desi. On the men's side, we have Ryan Hall, we have the veteran Meb, we have the dark horse Ritz, can he get back in time? Then we have Gocher, Arcianaga. All these fields are stacked and it's gonna be exciting to see in Houston.
Thanks, Mark. Alex, getting excited?
I can't wait, Ryan.
I'm right next to you.
There's a delay.
I want to give a quick shout out to the McMillan Elite Men for defending their title at the Club Cross Country Championships this past weekend, and also the Adidas Rogue Elite Women, who are right in our hometown of Austin, Texas. They took the women's title for the first time ever.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Chris Schroll for getting that coverage, and also to Jason Bohanek, who had the FloTrack Vlog of the Week.
Yeah, he blogged about getting kicked out of a gym for wearing running shorts.
Erroneous! I will not stand for this!
We want to give a heads up for a new feature on FloTrack, the follow feature. You can go to an athlete profile page, click follow, and you'll be notified when your favorite athletes and coaches have new videos up on FloTrack.
Man, I like that, and you guys should like that, and you should like us. Like Run Junkie, it's right there. Our highest number of likes is over 300. Can we get to 400 before the new year?
Come on, I know you want to like it. We like when you like us, so when you hit like, we'll like you back, and we can all like things together.
And with that being said, we have dinner sponsored by Mondo. I think I'm gonna have some Drake, some blue Drake flavored track.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with some Clemson Orange Mondo tonight.
As long as we don't get any of that Mondo that's right next to the long jump hit in the sand and it gets all gritty and in your teeth.
Yeah, it's not the best, but as long as we don't get the one that's like near the high jump mat when it rains and it's like dark and soggy and there's leaves everywhere.
All right, I think they get the point.
All right, you got you fixed. We'll see you next week.